So much of people's self confidence is based off of the way that they look. Now, that's not the only way you can gain confidence is by loving what you see in the mirror, but it definitely can play a huge contributing factor. So, here are three unusual tricks on how to quickly feel more confident about your physical appearance. Ready? Let's go. Okay, so for the first one, this one's probably the one that will be the most quick to realize what's happening, right? And it is to be able to accept the compliments that you receive. Usually, people that don't accept compliments about their physical appearance are kind of like uncomfortable with people saying good things about them. And then they kind of like to deflect it or, you know, they feel you can tell they feel uneasy about it, and they don't really accept the compliment. So if that's you, if you feel like that same exact thing happens to you, then I invite you to take the time and this. If somebody says like, "Hey, I love your eyes. Your eyes are beautiful," say, "Hey, you know what? Thank you. I appreciate that." Done. I really respect that. I really love that you said that. That really made my day. Whatever it is, but just like take the time and accept it. Don't try to deflect it. Say, no, no, you're beautiful. No, no, your eyes are beautiful. No, just take it. And then the other part of this is to be able to give compliments freely, especially if you're struggling with physical appearance, give them to other people because it's wild. When you start giving them out, you'll start receiving them. And it's not a huge deal to receive compliments all the time and to boost your confidence, but it may help, right? And this leads me to my third point, which is to create a bank of all the compliments you've ever received. And it could be throughout your whole entire life. But just remember the compliments that you've received and the compliments that really hit home for you. And if physical appearance is a big deal and it's the kind of one of your insecurities, then write it down. Have a notes in your phone and just take a log of all the compliments you've ever received. So if you're feeling kind of down, kind of low, kind of ugly or whatever, just look at your notes and be like, wow, like I remember this one time this person said that I had beautiful hair. And I remember this one time where somebody said I had a really great smile. So go back to your bank when you're feeling insecure and it will build over time. And if you get good at accepting, you'll get good at giving, and then you'll be good at receiving. So that's number one is be able to accept compliments and also to keep a bank. And keep this on notes to your phone so you can always access it if you're feeling a little low or a little uncomfortable with your own appearance. All right. So number two is to create a goal slash plan. So let's say I'd say like 90% of the people out there are insecure about their physical appearance because of their weight, whether they're overweight or their butt's not big enough or their noses, whatever. It's usually based off of some health characteristic, right? So if it's something that you can actually change, like weight, for example, or if it's like building muscle, whatever it might be, to create an actual plan and do the plan. Take action on the plan and freaking don't quit. If it's like, I want to have a six pack abs in 3 months, go for it. Send it. And if that 3 months comes around and you still don't have it, then figure out, is this exact plan going to work? If so, why or why not? Do I need to pivot? And am I willing to put in the extra work to make it happen? So don't just quit and be like, oh, well, that didn't work out. So I just don't really need the abs anyway. No, if you have a freaking goal, go for it. And what's really important about this goal is we are all visual people, right? So if you need to create some sort of chat GBT or whatever graphic you need to have your perfect body, whatever it might be for you, and then like superimpose your head on it, do it. Because every morning you look at yourself like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm going for. That's gonna be me. That's gonna be me in 3 months. Like that's gonna be in half a year. It's gonna be me in a year. And it gives you something to look forward to. And then you'll be able to track your progress. And over time, if you keep putting in the work, you'll see, oh my gosh, this is actually working. I'm looking at the goal. I'm becoming this person. It's working. And this will also build your confidence because you are doing this. Nobody else is. You are doing it. You get to take full responsibility for your success. And remember, don't quit. If you don't completely make your goal, that's okay. Make another goal. Pivot a little bit because we're not always gonna hit home a home run the first time. So number three, to create and read affirmations based off of your insecurities. Now, what the heck does that mean? That basically means, so let's say, hmm, okay, so let's say like you think that you are fat, right? You think you have a big belly, which I mean, it probably like 50% of the population thinks that, or even more. And so let's say you think you have a big belly, but you also think that like, you know what, like you can hold your own. Like you're pretty strong, right? So instead of thinking of, oh, well, I have a big belly, think of like have an affirmation that says, I am strong. If you don't know what affirmation is, it's basically affirming that you are something. And the strongest affirmations that you could have is saying, I am, and then one word at the end. So instead of saying, I am fat, which has a negative connotation if you're not trying to look fat, then say, I am strong. I am powerful. I am resilient. I am determined. Things like that. And if you're able to read that out loud to yourself or inside, or like just think it in your brain, um, twice a day, I'm telling you, it will change your life in about 2 weeks to a month. And this is the one that takes the longest, I would say. But if you keep doing it over again, you keep looking at yourself in the mirror with, your face on this body that you really want, and you have this goal, and you don't stop and you don't quit. I'm telling you what, you will transform. Well, what happens is people don't see progress fast enough and it gets difficult and then they quit. But growth never comes from comfort. This is going to be difficult, right? It's not going to be easy because every time we're growing, we have to push past our levels of comfort and get out of our comfort zone in order to put in the work to make a big change, right? Because confidence is key. And if you are not happy with the way that you look, you're not happy with your body, it's difficult to be fully confident. And I've been there before. When I gained 30 pounds, I was 190 pounds. I had a dad bod and I had a huge ass. And I looked at myself and I was like, oh my gosh, like, who am I? It was disgusting to me. And that might not seem like a big deal to you, but it was for me. I've always had visible abs, and all of a sudden, like they were gone. Like I could, even no matter how hard I could flex it, nothing was there. And I was like, oh my gosh, there's a problem. And so confidence went down. But then I had this goal. I was like, I'm going to do abs every single day until I have visible abs, and then I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to keep going. And I worked through it, and it was definitely worth the experience and worth the sacrifice because now I already have what I wanted. But now it's like such a part of my routine that's one of my favorite parts of my day. I literally do abs every single day. I'll never stop because I love it. It's part of my routine. So once you start to incorporate these three unusual tricks to build your confidence, you may just want to keep doing it for the rest of your life. And it's like confidence is kind of compounding. It's like it comes from the inside out, but it's difficult when you keep looking at yourself, keep breaking yourself down. So as long as your inner dialogue and you're able to accept like certain compliments and things about yourself is okay, then your confidence will be able to build. But if you just like shit on yourself all the time, every time you look in the mirror, it's absolutely impossible. And if you're like, 100 pounds, 200 pounds overweight, it's really difficult to be confident when you can't move and you can't do things that other people can do. And you look at yourself in the mirror and it's like you're carrying around this extra weight that you don't need. So if 2025 is going to be your year where you actually do the things and you put in the work, try three things out. They're definitely going to change your life and build your confidence quickly. We just finished up a 14-day challenge, and we incorporated some of these things into our daily rituals. And I'm telling you what, like the people in this group went from, a 60% out of 100 confidence to an 80 just in 14 days. So you can do the work and you can change your life one step at a time. And if you do these 3 steps, it will definitely change your life. Much love. Have a beautiful day. Put any comments, questions, concerns down below, and I'll feel free to reach out to you.